Hello, YouTube. All right, welcome back to another exciting, if somewhat hectic edition of Cooking with Denoy. As you can see, I have some boneless pork chops that I bought from Walmart a couple days ago. I bought it, I guess they had this put out on the 21st of December. It is now, I think, the 29th. I had stuck this into the RV's freezer. We got kind of a little bit of a mess here in the RV right now because I am in process of going through stuff, cleaning things out, and preparing the RV for storage. A little bit sad, but it's got to be done because I got to clear everything out within this week. So you see all this food here that's not going to need to be eaten. I have to try to eat everything. Lots of food in the freezer. This is all gonna be eaten this week. So I'll be cooking it up. Try not to buy any new food and cooking all this stuff up. So you're gonna see an increase in Cooking with Denoy episodes. But tonight we are going to make some boneless pork chops. And you can see here, that soy sauce that dripped on that. Anyhow, we're gonna use this boneless chop, which I got from Walmart for really cheap. It's $3.81 for this. This is actually enough to serve like 2 people or 2 meals. So I'm going to cook both of them up tonight. And just like normal, I use my regular ingredients, which are going to be the meat itself, the Kikkoman soy sauce, the Badia Complete, and the minced onion. And the rice there is going to be used to cook rice. So I'm going to have rice with boneless chops for dinner tonight. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, the first thing we're going to want to do is actually get the pork chops out of there. These are actually still frozen. I didn't bother thawing them out. I normally don't thaw stuff out. I just cook it frozen, I know some people say, well, you should thaw it out first, but I've been cooking it frozen all the way till it's like totally done without any issues. Some people think that if you have it frozen, the outside will burn and then the inside, before the inside cooks. But I haven't really encountered that. You can see it's so frozen it doesn't want to come out. One of the problems with working with frozen. But basically, I'm just going to lay these guys out on here. So I'm going to pop all these out here and then just lay them out, each of these pork chop. All right, so getting it out. Not much in the sense of how I prep food here. I just basically, I washed my hands obviously before I did all this. But I didn't even thaw it out. I guess I could run it underwater, to get it to come out better, but this works. All right. After a little bit of struggle, we did get the meat out. So that's good. Okay, once the meat is out, the next thing we need to do is go ahead and add our seasoning. But to help it stick a little bit better, this time I'm going to go ahead and add the soy sauce first. It doesn't really matter what order you go. You could add the soy sauce later, but I'm going to add it first. Make it a little bit more interesting. I am putting it on the cup. I'm just going to pour it on here. All right. So I used about 2 cups of soy sauce. Let's do 2.5. A little bit extra there. Okay, so I got 2 cups of soy sauce. It is Kikkoman soy sauce for those of you wanting to know the brand. Believe it or not, different brands of soy sauce taste different. And I honestly think the Kikkoman is the best tasting one as far as the soy sauce that I've used. And then what you can do now is just pour, I've already pre-opened this, but the Badia Complete. So just me, if you're watching this, this is just another idea of something you can cook up that doesn't take too much effort. You can see I just liberally pour it on here. You'll notice that a lot of my cooking is like the same ingredients. It's because I'm not a very good chef. And what I find is this, using these ingredients with all the stuff that I normally cook anyways, it tastes fine. It's not like, it may be not the best tasting thing that you've ever had, but honestly, it's not bad. And my wife loves it. My wife loves my cooking, and that's all that really matters is the people who eat it like it. And I like it. Honestly, when I've had pork chops in the restaurant compared to this, I actually like this better. You know, this to me is like the way to really prepare it. You're going to see that this piece on the end here is missing some soy sauce. So what I'm going to do is just add a little bit more. I just pour it directly on there. It's not like it has to coat the entire thing, but it doesn't hurt to have it on there. Okay, so we got like a little bit extra on that one, and that's okay. Get that off there. Thing, kind of coat it a little bit so that our badia and our minced onion or chopped onions, it doesn't really matter if it's minced or chopped. I guess they're almost the same thing. So put the badia on there. Badia will kind of soak into the meat and flavor it really well. The minced onion will actually go on there and kind of crisp up a little bit and give it kind of a nice looking texture. That's why some people, when they make pork chops, they like to make like a flour type dip. I mean, not dip, but a flour coating that they put on there. Like you could put, I guess you could put flour on there. You could even, you know, dip the pork chops in eggs and put it on the flour, and then you get kind of a breading, you know, that goes over the pork chops. But I don't do that. I just cook the pork chops just like this. It's like very simple. We're gonna put it into the toaster oven, which I'm actually gonna kind of miss. Although I'm thinking of possible. All right, sorry about that. The camera shut off. But now that we have the pork chop all seasoned, we're just gonna prop open our toaster oven. Put the pork chops in there. Okay, and I gotta turn it on. So I don't know if you can see the back wall there. I actually turn it on by hitting that switch there that connects it to the 120 volts, because normally the circuit's off. I turn it on from that end to control this, so I can tell, you know, if it's on. There's like a little light right there that comes on. But anyhow, what we're going to do is now just set the temperature to about 30 minutes. The temperature's at 450 degrees Fahrenheit, and about 30 minutes, and that should actually cook it. So it's just a matter of waiting for it to cook. While the pork chop is cooking up, what I'm going to do is just add some, cook up some rice. Basically, I just pour a little bit of rice into this rice cooker, enough for tonight's meal. And then some water. So here goes the water. And I just pour, basically it's like a 2 to 1. Like if you use 1 cup of rice, you want to use 2 cups of water. I don't really measure, but I kind of eyeball it, and I can tell that's about the right amount. And then for my rice cooker, you know, it stays off until I plug it in. So once I plug it into the circuit here, the light for the rice cooker will come on, which means, you know, it's cooking at that point. But it comes on like low. I don't know if you can see that. It's on low. So I just push it down for high mode, set the lid on it, and that's it. You know, the food will cook up, and I can chill and keep working and cleaning up the RV while this is happening. And it should be done in about 15-20 minutes for the rice, and the meat in about 10-15 minutes I'll go ahead and flip it, and I'll show you what the finished product looks like. But this is a really simple meal to prepare, and it's something I could actually do in the van as well. And I might do this meal again. I've done it in the past in the van, you know, having pork chops with rice. But for those of you new to the channel that aren't watching the old videos, which you can watch on the Cooking with Danoy playlist, it'll show all that. But I'll go ahead and be doing some of the same videos as I move back into the van, so you can kind of see how it's done, updated. Although I may actually try to reinstall this toaster oven, but it requires like about 1600 watts, so I'd have to install a larger power inverter to see if it'll actually work. The original design of Little Blue had a toaster oven, but I removed it because I didn't use it. So we'll see what happens. I'm not sure if I'm going to install it or not, because it would require a lot of power. And, you know, I think it was just simpler to cook with the rice cooker, which is what I may end up doing. Alright, it's been about 10 minutes or so, 15 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and flip the the pork chops. I don't know if you can see that. Looking nice and brown. It's going to be well done. And then just slide that on back. When it finished cooking, the rice is nearly finished. And once the rice is done, the meal will be ready. All right, the rice has finished cooking because the thing has popped up on warm mode. So I'm going to go ahead and unplug the rice cooker. And I think I'm going to go ahead and shut this off. It's going to get done in a minute anyways. But we're going to go ahead and make a little bit of pepper sauce. Pepper and fish sauce. So I do have some peppers here. Let's see what kind of peppers they are. They are Finger Hot Verde peppers. So they're not like fresh, sadly. It'd be nicer to have something fresh like this, but you go with what you have. These are what I have bought, I think about 2 weeks ago from Thrifty. They've been sitting in the refrigerator. I didn't freeze them. I should have frozen them, but it's all right. I use them as is right now. I don't think these peppers are too hot. All right, that little piece. So basically, I just cut it up into little tiny chunks, and then I'm going to put it into this bowl. And to make my sauce, you know, I don't really do too much. I basically just add a little bit of lemon juice, which I'm going to get right here. I did buy some new lemon juice from Thrifty the other day, Wonder Lemon. So we'll just pour a little bit in there. All right, a little bit of lemon juice. And to give it a little bit of a kick, we're going to add our handy dandy Lucky fish sauce. If you don't have fish sauce, you could use a little bit of a salt. But I think the fish sauce is worth getting if you like Asian food, because it's used a lot in seasoning. Basically used wherever you use salt. So that's our dipping sauce, and that's pretty much our meal. So let me go ahead and put together a serving and show you what it looks like. So we're going to scoop up some rice. Clean all this here. Alright, put that aside. I'm going to scoop up some rice. Put it onto our plate. Look at that rice with the steam. Isn't that delicious looking? It's like perfect rice. Look at that rice. Getting hungry just looking at it. You can see I eat a lot of rice. So we're going to get the rice. And I do need to open up this toaster oven. So let me get this out of the way. Rice a little bit out of the way. Pull out our pork chops. And we'll go ahead and serve it onto the rice platter, or the rice plate. Actually, you know, I think I have enough for 2 meals. So I'm going to set that aside for now. Just do the little one here. I like scooping up like these little pieces of chunks of the minced onion and the seasoning from the Badia, as well as the soy sauce, because I think it tastes really good. It gives it that salty kick, so everything's not so dried out. Look at that. Doesn't that look delicious looking? And basically I eat this. I just eat it like this with the rice, and you know, to give it a little bit more kick, I will get some pepper sauce. Let me go ahead and get this together. Some of you are like, wow, that looks interesting. You can make a meal like this in the van, and I will probably be cooking this kind of meal in the van because it is something I can cook in the van. But instead of using the toaster oven, I'll be using the rice cooker to make the pork chops. These are tiny little pork chops, and they come in small enough packets that I could cook it all up. You know, I could cook all four pieces up, and then I can eat it for like lunch and dinner, or I can save it till the next day and eat it. I can save food, you know, keep it cold for like 1 day in the van. I can't really keep it much longer than that. So let's go ahead and do a taste test and see what this tastes like. My mouth is already salivating. Look at that. Doesn't that look good? Mmm. Oh my goodness. So very good. And there you have it, folks. Really simple and cheap pork chops with white rice. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope that this inspires you to cook, even if you're not much of a cook like me. It doesn't take much. Just some cheap pork chops, some badia, minced onion, and soy sauce. And if you like white rice with it, it's perfect. This meal is, if you split it up, probably less than $2.50. A little bit expensive, you know, but cheaper than eating in a restaurant. And it's very filling and really a nice meal to make to eat if you're living in a vehicle, because it's a nice hot meal and it's a real meal, not like hamburgers or something. So until next time, everyone, take care. God bless you all. Please stay safe. You're all in my thoughts and prayers. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you like this channel, please share it. And if you haven't already done so, you want to subscribe. And if you want to keep up with the latest uploads, make sure you tap the notification bell and set your browser to allow notifications from this channel. Until next time, take care. Have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye now.